Howdy guys, how's it going? So we are going to be taking and talking about pistols. Now just a little heads up, this isn't going to involve any gameplay. We're just going to be I'm going to go through and explain which pistol I think is the best after putting in all the time and effort to get them diamond and continuing to use them. Right now I'm just going full steam ahead on the rocket launchers because I already know that's going to be a drag, so if I can get that done, you know, while I'm working on other camos, as you can see the sexy like red tiger stuff I got on my MP5 setup right there. Not to mention this is also going to be the best like class setup you're going to want to use if you are rocking any of the pistols as far as what I got going on down here. You want to go with perk greed because gunfighter serves you no purpose because that's only for your primary weapon, and the perks that I'd recommend to rock and roll whenever you got a pistol: flak jacket, tac mask, very important, explosives, it's always a pain in the hind end to get dick down by them, tactical mask, you know, people throwing stuns and whatever else at you. Perk 2, assassin and scavenger. You feel free to trade out assassin for, you know, gearhead or quartermaster. I just like having that, you know, initial advantage whenever I'm playing core of seeing people on the mini map and then getting a little extra score for taking them down. Gun ho and ghost. Ghost so you know them pesky UAVs and spy planes can't see you, and gun ho so you can fire your weapon, use your equipment, all that stuff while you're going full steam ahead. You can play aggressive using a pistol. You might as well go out there and make friends with everybody you see. But anyway, so right here we got a 1911. You can look at it right there in diamond. I mean, if that ain't like the textbook definition of sex appeal, I don't know what is. And I mean, spoiler alert, my top pick for a secondary in this game is the 1911, hands down. I will have a link to the best class setups because they're not going to be doing that because that just take too much time. I don't want this video to be like, you know, 15 minutes long. But the 1911, especially with the class setup that I got put together for it, finally, it's the best in terms of something to pull out, shut people down close range, medium range, long range, no matter what primary you're using, regardless of if you're playing core or if you're playing hardcore. In hardcore, you know, like the Dimeti, the meaty, whatever it's called, is kind of your best option because you can just get more bullets downrange faster. So in hardcore, that's more or less the, you know, the real advantage. But something neat if you didn't know, so anytime you go into a weapon class and you select a weapon, whenever you go down and compare to the other two, like, you know, while they're stock, you can see the differences in the stat menu. So that's like what I really wanted to talk about in this, aside from just my personal experience of, you know, using it in-game and recommending it for my use in-game. Because the only time I would recommend you to use something else, like my picks for me personally in my order would be 1911, Dimeti, and the Magnum. I absolutely love the Magnum to death. I just love using the revolver. It hits hard. If you're good and accurate, then by all means, you know, stick with it, rock with it. You can shut people down one shot to the noggin, you know, end of their career. But for most people, you know, their accuracy, if you don't play the game a lot or, you know, just enough to really get dialed in with it, you know, the Magnum's not going to be the preferable option for most people. And, you know, consistency is what we're looking for. So consistently, you're probably not going to be dropping bodies like you would with the 1911 or the Dimeti, especially if you have to pull it out in a fast-paced, like, you know, situation. You run out of ammo in your primary completely, or you just got to change magazines, or you know, you on one of those nice big old kill feed trains. You went and dicked down 4 people with the assault rifle, and then, you know, screw reload. Let me pull out my pistol. With the Magnum, once you get it fully upgraded, yeah, you got the 12 rounds. You can do some damage with that. Dimeti, you got like, what, 30 some, and then with the 1911, you got like 14 with a fast mag that reloads extremely fast. So either of those is going to be your better options for those scenarios, and is going to lead to you, you know, possibly extending your kill feed that much more. The only issue, like the Dimeti, okay, so like let's look at it for a second. Let's take and throw it on, compare it to the stats. So obviously we know when we look at the Magnum, the Magnum's got the most firepower. It's supposed to be a 357. Some of the attachments say something about like a 45 something or other, which really confuses the ever living beans out of me and makes no sense, because it's supposed to be the Python, to my understanding. But with that aside, from Dimeti, we got the firepower and then a reduction speed, accuracy, ammo. That makes sense because, you know, with this we already start out with 15 rounds in the magazine versus just the 6 that we got in this bad boy. Then going up to the 1911, here's the thing that I really disagree with as far as in-game performance is the accuracy. And I think that slight reduction in accuracy they say the 1911 has compared to the Dimeti is simply due to the fact that, you know, with the Dimeti you got 3 rounds going per shot because it's a burst pistol, and, you know, in theory, that could improve your accuracy because you get more shots on target if that's the way they want to look at it. But in all reality, the 1911 is more accurate, and you have a better chance of getting your shots on target consistently, across the board with your 1911 and shutting people down that way. So I don't quite understand where they was going with in the stat menu as far as showing the slight reduction, but as you can see, it's got more firepower, it's slightly better speed, and then the ammo capacity, and all that stuff can be tweaked and increased using the attachments and the class setups that I showed. Once again, I will link those down in the description, so be sure if you're working on your pistols trying to get them gold, or just you want the best secondary class setup that you can possibly have, go down there and check those. I'll be sure to name each one so that it'll be an easy, fast, quick reference so you can look at them. But also, so looking at the Magnum, I'll go ahead and show you guys. We looked at the good old 1911 and Diamond, and I mean right there, whoo! I mean, if flipping El Pablo Escobar wouldn't have one of them hanging on his pants, I don't know who would. That right there is just, the diamond on this looks so much, hello, Plague Diamond. Okay, that's something that's got to happen. I hadn't even looked at that. That is beautiful. Okay, but anyway, sorry, going back to multiplayer, sorry to get sidetracked. I mean, I hate to say it, but I think Diamond looks better than the DM Ultra on here. That's just my personal opinion. But we're still going to try to unlock it, and we'll get into all that garbage later. But that right there is how our good old Magnum, aka Python, I hope, looks. Diamond, and then our Renetti. The Renetti definitely has its own, flair to it in Diamond. I feel like it's more. There's just like something about it to me, even though it's not necessarily taking up more screen real estate. It's got more diamond than, the 1911 does, so, it's a little more poppy. The 1911 and the Diametti, whenever you're rocking them in akimbo, which is something I haven't really mentioned yet in this video, but I've also done best class setups for these pistols in akimbo. I'm not going to link those, but feel free to check them out on my channel, because on this game, akimbo is... it's amazing, if you can stick your barrel in their chest, but after you get past about the 5 to 8 foot range, it's not consistent. It can still be very good. You can get a flipping quad feed with it, but then you can turn around and get in 10 engagements where you get them a flea fart away from health unless you're playing hardcore, and then they just turn around, look at you, laugh at you, and shoot you right between the eyes. And so that's why, if you're looking to have good games, you got to take and, set yourself up for success in the best way possible. So, for me personally, if you're grinding, or if you're just somebody playing casually, just trying to dominate lobbies, do some pub stomping, or even just flipping, I don't know, just have fun, eat some Cheetos, do whatever you're doing. Rock with the 1911 as your secondary, and that's what you're going to end up having the best, performance with over time, especially once you get adjusted to it. You get the sight picture in your muscle memory, you get the, the recoil control in your muscle memory. You'll just be able to consistently pull this thing out second hand and give it to anybody and everybody that's in front of you, and that's about all I can say. It's just 1911 at the moment, all the way at the time of this video being made. Also, if you're wondering why I'm wearing a leather jacket and a flannel shirt, I'm about to leave to go to town because I got to buy some stuff. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one, guys. So be sure to leave your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section. I'll be sure to check them out. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you want me to do this with each class after I get them diamond, because I'll be happy to do it. But then keep in mind also, things get nerfed, things get buffed, and I will try to keep up with the trends as the trends do continue and go on, so that we can, I can keep you guys updated information-wise, my experience with the weapons in game. So that's going to do it for this one. Until the next one, guys, adios.